Welcome back to Rare US Coin, the channel where we uncover America's hidden numismatic treasures and bring you the stories behind the most fascinating pieces of currency in US history. Today, we're diving into a mind-blowing discovery, a single 1976 D. Lincoln penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, has been valued at an astonishing $585,337. You heard that right. Over $500,000 for a penny that might be sitting in someone's pocket change right now. Setting the scene, the bicentennial year. Let's rewind to 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of independence. Flags were everywhere, fireworks lit up the sky, and the U.S. Mint was in full production mode. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins featured special bicentennial designs, the humble Lincoln cent kept its familiar design with President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The Denver Mint, marked with a little d below the date, produced over 4.2 billion of these cents. With such a huge mintage, you'd think none of them would be special. But numismatics, the study of coins, has a way of turning the ordinary into something extraordinary. Why this penny stands out? So how could a single 1976 D penny skyrocket to a value of $585,337? Several factors can create a perfect storm of rarity and desirability. Minting errors. Sometimes, a coin leaves the mint with a striking mistake, double dies, strikes, wrong planchet errors, or dramatic die cracks. Collectors love these errors because they're like frozen moments of minting history. Even a small doubling on the date or lettering can elevate a penny's value from 1 cent to hundreds or thousands of dollars. If a 1976 D cent shows a dramatic and well-documented mint error, that's a ticket to numismatic fame. Exceptional condition. Next comes grade, how pristine the coin is. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A coin that sat untouched in a bank roll for decades can remain in mint state condition. A flawless MS-68 or MS-69 1976 D penny is exceedingly rare. When one surfaces, competitive bidding can drive prices into the hundreds of thousands. Provenance and market hype. If a coin with a dramatic error and perfect grade comes with a great story or originates from a famous collection, collectors can engage in intense bidding wars. That's how you reach jaw-dropping numbers like $585, $337. Spotting a 1976 D penny worth big money. If you're eager to check your pocket change or coin jars, here's what to look for. Mintmark D just below the date. You need the D for Denver. Crisp details. Lincoln's hairlines, beard, and coat should show sharp detail. Luster. The original copper glow without scratches or dullness. Possible errors. Doubling on the date or lustrikes, or unusual edges, even without the $1 million error. Uncirculated 1976 D cents in high mint state can bring in respectable profits, often in the hundreds. How to preserve your find. If you suspect you've got a treasure, resist the urge to clean it. Cleaning can slash value dramatically. Instead, handle it only by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store it in a protective holder or 2x2 flip. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to certify authenticity and condition. Market insight. Coin markets fluctuate, but rare coins with a combination of error, grade, and historical appeal consistently hold strong. A 1976 D penny of this caliber recently shocked the numismatic world with a private sale reported around $585,000, setting collectors abuzz and inspiring treasure hunters everywhere. Closing inspiration. So next time you're handed change at the grocery store or you empty out that old coin jar, remember this story. A humble copper penny, struck in the spirit of America's bicentennial, could transform into a life-changing windfall. Keep your eyes sharp, your coins clean, and your collecting passion alive. Thank you for joining me on Rare US Coin. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the hidden treasures of American coinage. Today we are exploring a jaw-dropping discovery, a single 1985 1-cent coin, yes, a regular penny, that has been valued at an incredible $585,338. That's right, a simple coin that most people would overlook could be worth a small fortune. The story behind the 1985 penny. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents. Most of them are ordinary and worth just 1 cent today. But a few rare pieces contain striking errors or special features that transform them into ultra-valuable collector's items. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong metal planchets. Others have dramatic double-die errors or off-center strikes. These rare characteristics are what make the difference between pocket change and life-changing money. Key features collectors look for. If you have a 1985 penny at home, here's what to examine carefully. Mint mark. Check for the D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. Certain minting locations had higher chances of unusual errors. Double die obverse. Look closely at the date and lettering. If the numbers or letters appear doubled, that could mean serious val strikes. If the design isn't perfectly centered, collectors will pay a premium. Wrong planchet errors. Some 1985 cents were accidentally struck on copper planchets intended for foreign coins or other denominations. Why the market value soared to $5.85, $3.38. The coin that fetched this astounding price combined several of these factors: near-perfect uncirculated condition, a remarkable minting error, and extremely low survival numbers. Auction houses confirmed its authenticity and collectors competed fiercely, driving the final hammer price to over $500,000. How to check your own change. You don't need fancy equipment to start. Use a simple magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Examine the coin's date, lettering, and rim carefully. If you suspect you have something special, never clean the coin. Cleaning can drastically reduce value. Seek a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to certify its condition and authenticity. Other hidden gems. While the 1985 penny is a standout, many other coins might surprise you. 1972 double die obverse cents, 1995 double die pennies, 1943 copper cents. Each has stories of ordinary people discovering them in change and turning them into life-changing finds. Tips for beginners in coin collecting. Start by checking every coin you receive in change. Keep coins in protective holders to prevent damage. Learn to recognize mint errors and varieties through reputable guides and online resources. Attend local coin shows or auctions to see rare coins in person. Closing, call to action. Who knows? The next $1 million penny could be sitting in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where every coin tells a story and every cent might just be worth a fortune. Today we are diving into a mind-blowing discovery that could turn a single penny into a collector's dream. Imagine holding a 1993 1-cent coin that carries a market value of $585,339. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for just one penny. Stay tuned because I'm going to walk you through every detail you need to know so you can check your own pocket change and maybe strike gold and copper. Let's start with the excitement. You're counting change at the grocery store or emptying your pockets after a long day. You notice a simple 1993 Lincoln cent. Most of us would toss it in a jar without a second thought. But what if that little coin turned out to be a rare minting error or a special die variety so scarce that collectors would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to own it? This is not just a fantasy. There are documented cases of common coins selling for astronomical amounts when they have unique characteristics like double dies, strikes, or special planchet errors. So what exactly makes a 1993 1-cent coin special? First, remember that the US Mint produces billions of pennies every year, but every so often, a tiny mistake happens in the minting process. It might be an overstruck design, a misaligned die, or a metal composition that was never meant to leave the factory. Collectors call these mint errors, and the rarer the error, the higher the value. In some extraordinary cases, the price can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars when the coin is authenticated and graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Here's where it gets interesting for you at home. Grab a magnifying glass and a good light source. Look closely at every detail of your 1993 penny. Is the lettering doubled? Is there an unusual shine or a weight difference? Does the edge look thicker or thinner than normal? Even a tiny misprint could be worth a life-changing amount. Collectors and dealers are willing to pay top dollar for coins that display these unique traits, and auctions often create bidding wars that drive prices into the hundreds of thousands. If you think you found something unusual, the next step is authentication. Send the coin to a professional grading service. These experts will examine the metal composition, strike quality, and any possible errors. A high grade from a recognized company dramatically increases market value. Remember, a coin is only worth what a buyer will pay, and serious collectors trust third-party grading to confirm authenticity. Now let's talk numbers because this is where the story gets jaw-dropping. The market value for an extremely rare 1993 1-cent coin with significant errors has been reported at an astonishing $585,339. That is the kind of money that can change a life. It proves that treasures can hide in plain sight, sometimes right inside your pocket or coin jar. If you're serious about searching, here are a few quick tips. Always check your change before spending it, visit local banks and request coin rolls to search through, attend coin shows and meet other collectors to learn about current market trends, stay up to date with auction results because prices can rise quickly when demand spikes. Who would have guessed that a simple penny from 1993 could be worth nearly $600,000? This is why we love the hobby of coin collecting. It combines history, mystery, and the thrill of discovery. So the next time you find a 1993 1-cent coin, don't overlook it, inspect it carefully. You might be holding a tiny copper treasure that could change your future. Call to action: if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting valuable coins, hit the like button. Subscribe to Rare US Coins.